Network. Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See & Spray to target weeds in season in corn and soybeans and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I am a huge guy.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Long time no talk, everybody. Welcome into the happy hour here on 93.7 The Ticket. I am Rico, joined by my amazing co-host as Nick Sainert is out and about in Omaha doing baseball things for state. Austin Norman joining me in the studio. Austin.
Rico!
How you doing, my guy?
Man, it is good to be back. It is weird to be back. I've been here each of the last couple days. It just doesn't really feel like it. I was telling you, it's just, I'm getting back into the rhythm, right? Into the routine.
Mm-hmm.
State basketball week is fun, but weird. State baseball week, whole lot of fun, really weird. I know where I'm at, 1040 O Street. Come down, say hi. Don't feel like I'm fully here, but I'm getting locked in. It's good to be back.
Yeah, it's a little strange during the state times, you know, state football, state basketball, state baseball, when we have a lot of games going on a single day during the week, because you're here and you're, you know, working and doing things, but you're not on the air, you're not talking, you're behind the scenes, you're pushing buttons and sliding sliders and all that fun stuff. But you have actually been on the air the last few days down at Tal Anderson and at Warner Park calling some baseball games.
It's been a blast. It's hopefully I've made Nick's life easier, not harder. It's kind of 50-50 depending on the day and my mood, really. But no, it's been a blast. Seen a lot of good baseball, seen some questionable baseball, but on the whole, it's been a blast of an experience. Appreciate DP and the rest of you back here letting me dip out there and call my first baseball games. I appreciate the listeners for taking it easy on the noob, on the first timer, but it's been an awesome week.
Honestly, if you would not have told me that was your first few games doing baseball play-by-play, I would not have believed you. I thought you'd done it multiple times before. You sound natural, sir.
I appreciate that.
You sound really good. We should just kick Nick out and have you do it.
I'm here. I'm ready.
We'll throw him in there and be like, sorry, Nick, you're done. You're done. I hope he's listening. I doubt he's listening, but I hope he's listening. You're done, Nick.
Nick's one of those guys that absolutely shuts the radio off after work.
Probably. I could see that. I could see he's just like, I'm done.
Yep.
I'm out here. He's doing whatever he's doing. But again, this is the happy hour sponsored by our good friends at Empire Fence and Netting. You guys can join in on the show, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter/X and Allo channel 961, and also call or text in on the Sartor Heyman Jewelers or hold on. It's been a while since I've done this. Call or text on the Honda of Lincoln hotline or the Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Right? Yes.
Nailed it.
That's right.
Way to go.
It's been a while since I've said all of those words together. But tonight, a couple hours after this show ends, cutting into old school, we will be broadcasting Pro Volleyball Federation volleyball. Not just Omaha Supernovas. No. We're getting both matches of the Final Four. The Atlanta Vibe, the 1 seed, taking on the 4 seed Grand Rapids Rise to kick things off at 6 o'clock. The Mullen Motors pre-match show will take place at 5. You can hear DP, myself, and the coach Renee Saunders on the pre-match show, and then you'll hear DP and Renee during the match. And then it'll be about, after that match ends, be about half an hour, and then you can hear your Omaha Supernovas, the 2 seed, take on the 3 seed San Diego Mojo, again, from CHI Health Center. We still have some tickets to give away if you guys would like some tickets. Just shoot us a text, give us a call, let us know that you want to go to the semifinals, both matches, or if you want to go to the finals on Saturday, you can do that as well. The final match will be at 3:30 on Saturday, again, from CHI Health Center, to determine the winner of the inaugural season of the Pro Volleyball Federation, and the winning team will split $1 million.
$1 million.
Put the pinky to the side of your mouth. $1 million.
That's an incredible first step for a league, right? For $1 million to be the first. Even the NBA just did the $500,000.
Yep.
So all I can see is that pro volleyball is bigger than the NBA.
That's all.
Simple math.
Makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they'll be adding 3 more teams next year with the Indy Ignite, who I think they have their, I'm not sure if they have their head coach, but I think they have some representatives in Omaha, including Nebraska Volleyball's own Kenzie Knuckles, who is working for the Indy Ignite. They have some people in here. Kansas City, their volleyball team has no name quite yet, but they'll be added to the league next year. And Dallas, the Dallas Pro Volleyball Federation team. Again, no name yet, but they will be added to the league. 3 new teams: Indianapolis, Kansas City, Dallas will be added to the 7-team league starting next season.
Do we go Kansas City Queens?
Interesting.
Because you had the Kansas City Kings in the NBA for a while. You already have the Royals.
Mm-hmm. Monarch? No.
No, I can't do that.
Can't do that.
No. I like it, but you can't.
No. It would make sense, but no. Kansas City Queens works.
A little. It's not bad, isn't it? Not bad.
What's the... No, it's just Sporting KC. I was gonna say, what's the
they have the Current. Kansas City Current.
That doesn't really work with anything. I don't know what you would do.
Because it doesn't have to start with a K or a C.
It does not.
Dallas. Okay, so Stars is out.
Mm-hmm.
Wings is out. Mavericks is out.
Mm-hmm. Does it have to be animal related?
No, I don't think so.
I don't even know. How do people come up with names for teams?
Well, I think we're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel already.
So many teams.
And I don't mean that in a disparaging way. I just mean that it's hard to come up with something that's both creative and makes sense.
I mean, you
think about all these teams in the, especially the big 3 leagues and throw the NHL in there, that have been established. Whereas some of like the Major League Soccer names are just so weird. Like, it feels like you're really reaching, and the longer these leagues exist and the more you hear about these teams, it's like, oh yeah, of course it makes sense. But you think, Cardinals and Steelers and Broncos and all these names, Giants and like Dodgers and Yankees that have been around for so long.
Yeah, some of them like make no sense, but it's just like, oh yeah, like the New York Knicks, like it's the Knickerbockers, like it's pants. It's pants.
They're literal pants.
They're pants.
You have 2 teams named after socks.
But they're like, yeah, Red Sox, White Sox, and like, I don't know. It's weird, but it's been around for so long that it works. You could go the route of taking a name, not like taking, but borrowing a name from another team, because if anybody was paying attention, the WNBA announced the name for their Golden State franchise, and they will be the Valkyries.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've been paying attention to the Pro Volleyball Federation, which if you haven't, how dare you, Orlando Valkyries.
Orlando did it first.
Orlando did do it first. But now you have Valkyries from coast to coast. You've got Orlando, Florida, Golden State, Oakland, San Francisco, wherever they're playing. California. Valkyries, coast to coast. Theirs is like a light purple though, whereas Orlando is like blue. So
okay, so we've had a couple people say Dallas Cowgirls. No, because they've actually done studies, and if you look at the WNBA team names that had lasted, compared to the ones that didn't, the unique ones that carved out their own marketing niche did a lot better than the ones that essentially, did the high school thing where it's the male mascot and then the female version of it. So I get where you're coming from with that, but for a marketing strategy, it's been proven that it just doesn't work as well as coming up with your own name.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think you want to attach that Cowboys-esque stench.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
No. The Dallas Range, the Dallas Outlaws, the Dallas Comets, all from Dawn.
I don't mind Outlaws.
That's very similar to the Arlington Renegades in the UFL.
I feel like there's already an Outlaws team somewhere. I wouldn't doubt it. That just seems like a name that has been used before. But I don't mind. I like it. I kind of like it. I'm sure they already have like a list of... I'm almost positive they have a list of names already. They're just waiting to see logos or something of the sort.
There is an Austin Outlaws, a National Women's Football Association team.
Okay.
Arizona Outlaws, Oklahoma Outlaws, USFL back in the day. Okay. I'm not fine with the Outlaws. That's fine. Yeah.
Hold on. It says Banditas.
Ooh. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere.
That's pretty unique. I've never heard that one before.
Well, I know you hear like Bandit. It's like Bandit.
Yeah. But I like Banditas.
But then they have to be sponsored by Adidas. Basically the same word.
Makes sense. It would make sense.
Okay, so we're on the right track with Dallas. Indy, you said, is the Ignite?
Ignite, yes.
Okay.
They have like a torch.
Anyone have any better ideas for Kansas City rather than Queens?
I really like Queens.
See, I feel like it works.
Is it too on the nose though?
Do we have any like bird math? I mean, the Rise are like a phoenix.
Yeah, it's a phoenix. They're the only one with a mascot.
Yeah, such as it is.
Ember, by the way.
Aha.
I wonder if Ember will be in Omaha.
Better.
I hope Ember.
Oh, the Mojo is like an eagle. Kind of
I think
crest
it's like
thing.
I think it's like a seabird of some sort.
I'm trying to think here. Any female mythological figures?
Valkyrie.
Any other female mythological figures? We got the Dallas Sucks. No, come on, man.
Ellis.
You're better than that.
We understand.
We have higher standards for you, Ellis.
We understand you don't like Dallas, but it's okay.
The Cannons.
Oh.
For Kansas City.
Okay. The Kansas
Not bad.
City Cannons.
Not bad.
I don't mind that.
We do have a couple requests for tickets, so we will
get on that as soon as this segment is over.
Jeff, I believe I sent you your tickets yesterday. Check your email again. If not, I will follow up on that.
KC Masterpiece.
That's actually pretty good.
Sponsored by Barbecue Sauce.
That's actually really good.
KC Briquettes.
Like charcoal briquettes?
Yeah, no, I get it.
I know it's just for my own sake. That wasn't it.
For you, okay.
Yeah. I had to think through it.
Interesting. It's different.
It is. But see, it doesn't work for me because I'm a propane grill guy.
Propane guy.
Big propane guy.
Propane accessories.
Yes, the Kansas City propane and propane accessories.
The Posse. Which one?
Wouldn't that just be a fan section?
Yeah, that would be for the
Banditas.
The Dallas Banditas. You would call your fan section the Posse. Casey Smoke. Ooh, I like that.
That's pretty good.
Dallas Banditas, Casey Smoke.
I still like Queens because it works enough.
We're going a lot of fire right now.
Right. Do we have a water-based mascot out there? I feel like Mermaids is too like preschooly.
Yeah, that's too.
And like
Sirens.
There you go. I also thinking like Naiads, but that's probably a little too in the weeds.
You said mythical female. I just thought of Gorgons, but that's not. You're not doing
God.
that. That's not going to work out.
The Grand Rapids Gorgons.
Yeah.
After we transfer the franchise to Raleigh, got the Raleigh Rise and Grand Rapids are reborn as the Grand
Gorgons.
Rapids Gorgons.
The Phoenix died and was
Minneapolis Medusas
brought against. See, this works. These work.
Sacramento Sorceresses.
Yeah, somebody said the
That's
Vibe. That's already Atlanta.
Yeah.
They also have a cool hand sign. Atlanta does, where it's like peace up, A-Town down, but they're doing
peace up.
So it's Atlanta Vibe. So it's
yeah,
and it works.
I
it
like
works.
it. I like
so you
it.
take for everybody that's not watching on the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream. You take a peace sign on one hand, turn it upside down. You take the peace sign on your other hand, put it right next to it, and there's your Atlanta Vibe. It's cool.
Hopefully we only see it for one night.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Down with the Vibe.
They only have They only have 5 losses on the year. The Atlanta Vibe do coming in as the 1 seed. 2 of those losses to Grand Rapids, 2 more of those losses to Columbus, and the other loss to Omaha.
That's just a weird sort of schedule.
It is very weird.
Like, how do you wrap your mind around those teams beating that team?
Columbus had 8 finished. The last 3 teams in the league that didn't make the Final Four all finished with 8 wins. And 2 of Columbus' 8 wins were against the best team in the league. Grand Rapids got to 500 with their win in the season finale over Omaha. So they're 12-12.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 of those wins were over the best team in the league. What is happening?
Sports is happening. That's how you play the games. That's why you love stuff like that. But even, Rico, if you take a look up and down those standings, yeah, there's a 4-game gap between the teams that missed the playoffs and the teams that made it.
Mm-hmm.
At least 4, right? There's an 11-game gap between 1st and 5th.
Yeah, that was tough.
But you mentioned the teams at the bottom were the teams that sprung up and beat the team at the top for the most part. That's sports. It happens in every league. It's why it's so fun. And you even saw some signs of life from those bottom 3 teams. Like everyone was saying before the year. I know Saunders said it. I know Bird said it. DP and you were saying it, and plenty of other people, I'm sure. There are no off nights.
Nope.
Even in a league where 3 of the teams only won 1/3 of their games, everyone else was 500 or better. And there were more 4 and 5 set matches than there were 3 set matches.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of sweeps in this one, even from, what San Diego struggled at the beginning. Again, I said it before. If you would have told me a quarter of the way into the season that San Diego was going to make the Final Four, I would have laughed at you. They were 3-8 at one point. 3-8.
Yeah.
They got their 4th win when Omaha went to San Diego, and that was a springboard for them as they went off and reeled off a whole bunch of wins and made it into the Final Four, made it into the top 3 in the league. Vegas started off slow, had a little bit of an uptick in the middle of the season, but ended up falling back down to earth. And again, finishing only with 8 wins. Columbus was picked to be a top 3 team in the league. They were top 4. They were tied with Grand Rapids for 3rd at the beginning of the season at preseason. But they started the season without Asia O'Neal. She came back, kind of gave them a boost of energy, and then got picked for the U.S. national team. So she left the team. They added Kendall Kipp, but it was a little, too late for Columbus for them to gel as a team. Although Kendall Kipp is a beast. Saw her live for the first time. Oh my goodness, she's amazing. And then Orlando, again, that was a team that at the beginning of the season I thought was going to finish as a top 4 team. But then they went on a tough streak. I think they lost 8 in a row towards the end to end the season. They got a win in their final match of the season at home over Vegas to get them to 8 wins on the season. But they lost, I think it was 8 in a row at one point. So again, these teams are amazing. These players are amazing. And it was a great inaugural season for the Pro Volleyball Federation. But there's, 3 matches left before the season comes to an end. So again, listen here on the Pro Volleyball Federation Radio Network. We'll bring you all 3 of those matches, or get your tickets. Head on down to CHI Health Center today for 2 matches. Head on over Saturday for the championship match, the match for $1 million, and take in the first season of professional volleyball in the United States with some amazing players.
Has it felt like a long season? Has it flown by? Where are you at with this? I mean, this is your first season on the road, Rico. You've been around the country and back 5 or 6 times now.
I've been all over the place. It's been tough, but it's been extremely fun. It's a mix of it felt like forever, but also it feels like it just got started. Like there's
Like
I was
long
talking
days,
with-
short week sort of thing.
Yeah, like I was talking to Saunders and I was like, yeah, the last time that, we were up in Columbus, she wasn't there. But that was like the 4th road game of the season. It was probably the 6th game of the season. But I was like, oh, that felt like it was like 2 weeks ago. And then 2 weeks ago feels like it was like 5 weeks ago. Like, it's crazy how fast and slow this season has gone. But it's been amazing day in and day out to hang out with these players, to talk to these players, and to get to know a lot of them, to get to know Coach Bird and both Johns, Jazz Schmidt, all of the players, all of the coaches on this team, to get to know them and talk to them and see them as not just athletes and superhuman athletes at that, but just human beings. It's been amazing.
Favorite road trip city?
Oh, honestly, not Vegas. In actuality, that's a tough. San Diego was great. We went to a Padres game. We were going to try and go to a Braves game when we were down in Atlanta, but they were out of town.
Sad.
Atlanta was fun. We went to a really nice brunch spot. There was a really good breakfast spot in Vegas.
You're talking yourself back into Vegas just because of breakfast?
We were in Vegas the longest. I think Orlando might have been. We went down there twice, kind of like back-to-back weeks. I think Orlando was probably my favorite. Plus, UCF's campus is gorgeous.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you know it's like either the largest or the second largest campus, and it's like the largest
like urban
in
campus,
terms
right?
of in terms of like people who go there.
Yeah,
like
it's a huge university.
The largest university in the nation.
Yeah.
Like, did not know that.
Massive.
It's huge. It's beautiful. Unfortunately, like there was a day we were there where I was going to get breakfast, but it was a Sunday. They have a Chick-fil-A on campus.
Oh.
And it was Sunday, so it was closed.
So that leaves Columbus and Grand Rapids for your least favorite road trip?
No, I really like Grand Rapids downtown.
Okay.
We went and saw Cat Williams on this last road trip. And Columbus, again, a really nice downtown. Probably my second favorite arena, if I'm not counting Omaha. Probably my second favorite arena was Columbus. Both of those
not VA House
downtowns.
on the vertical steps?
No, that was a bad idea, running those steps. Vegas, favorite arena. I think it's the smallest, but that was my favorite arena. Yeah.
Nice. Favorite airline
I think
after
Atlanta,
a season of flying?
I think Atlanta might have been my least favorite.
Dang.
But that was not the trip.
Favorite airline after a full season of flying?
Southwest.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
I like being able to pick your seat.
Yeah.
I'd flown like 3 times before we started this.
And that was an average week for you.
And I feel like I'm a pro now. But no, Southwest is nice. You get to pick your seat.
Mm.
As long as you get on early enough, you can sit wherever you want. I always chose like middle back of the plane. I want a window so I can lean up against the window and take a nap. So that was nice.
I am a big window seat advocate, but I also don't hate the aisle just so I can stretch my inside leg out a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, inside toward the middle, outside.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But I was, getting caught in the middle a couple times wasn't that bad.
I was also
ran into a lot of people with really wide shoulders, which just sucks.
Oh.
Like, not like big people, just wide shoulders.
Well, and you've got pretty wide shoulders too, so that doesn't help.
It was not. So I'm like making myself smaller than I already am, or just like leaning. This last trip, I didn't even realize it. I was leaned against like my armrest and on the wall the whole time. So then when it was time to get out of the plane, I like leaned back up and I just had this pain in my ribs. And I was like, oh, that's great. That's cool.
Yikes. Big Bird said team aisle seat. Okay. Respect.
Tall person probs a rig. I don't have that. You're right.
I was going to leave that part out, Big Bird.
I would always tell the players, like when they would get on, because for some reason I would always get on before them.
Rico.
So it wasn't
That's not chivalrous.
It was on the ticket. It was on the thing. I was before them. It's not my fault. But I would always tell them, like, hey, do you want the window? Do you want what do you want to sit here? Because, sometimes we would get on late. A lot of seats would be taken. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell, Tori Dixon to sit in a middle seat. I'm not going to tell Hrstina Vuchkova to sit in a middle seat with their, 6'4" selves. Like, that's just not going to happen.
Right.
So I would tell them, like, hey, do you want to sit here? Do you want to do this? So, but they were fine wherever they were sitting.
Nice.
Although I think Christina got caught in a middle seat once, but next to like 2 wide-shouldered people, and I felt terrible.
What can you do?
But I was also in a middle seat, so it was fine.
Yeah,
it was whatever. But it was again, great season, fun season, first time doing a professional sport of any kind, and it was great. It was great.
Hopefully 2 more games.
Hopefully. Well, we'll do it anyways. Hopefully 2 more games with
you got 3. But.
Yeah, we have 3. We have 3 more games and 3 more matches. And hopefully, not supposed to have favorites since we're professional and we're the Pro Volleyball Federation Radio Network for these next 3 matches. But it'd be nice to have the home team, end the season. Whether they win or they lose, it'd be nice to have the home team end the season in the championship match. That's going to do it here. When we come back, we're going to talk a little basketball, NBA, WNBA. The NBA playoffs are in full effect as my New York Knicks take game 5 from the Indiana Pacers, take a 3-2 lead. And the WNBA season started last night. Caitlin Clark had her debut last night with the Indiana Fever. How did it go? Did she set any records? Yeah, she did. Was it a good record? I guess you'll find out coming up next on the Happy Hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn to ride a motorcycle, how to start a small business, how to dance, or take a course to advance in your current career path. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats. Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Husker fans, whether you're looking for some baseball gear, graduation gifts, or some new Husker apparel, Alumni Hall delivers your ultimate Husker shopping destination. Shop top brands like Adidas, Peter Millar, Columbia Golf, and more. Join the Alumni Hall Hall Pass rewards, and for every $150 you spend, you'll earn $10 in reward bucks. Nebraska students and faculty and all military receive 10% off with every in-store purchase with ID. Come see us at Alumni Hall, P Street, South Point Pavilions, or alumnihall.com. Alumni Hall, it's where Huskers shop.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll get a chance of showers and thunderstorms throughout the day with a high around 73. Tonight, showers and storms continuing, the low around 53. And tomorrow, we'll see a slight chance of showers and storms, otherwise mainly sunny skies with an afternoon high around 78. The meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of the postseason is here in the Pro Volleyball Federation. The Atlanta Vibe enters the 1 seed, and they'll face off against the 4th-seeded Grand Rapids Rise, followed by the 2-seed Omaha Supernovas versus the 3rd-seeded San Diego Mojo. Both matches on Wednesday, May 15th. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 5 p.m. with first serve at 6 for Game 1, with the second match to start around 8:30 p.m. Make sure to tune in for the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Pro Volleyball Federation Radio Network.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
A gorilla bear versus polar bear.
A what bear versus a what bear?
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
A gorilla bear versus a polar bear.
One more time.
Gorilla versus a polar bear.
Sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I know Nick doesn't like that rejoin, but first off, he's not here. And second, I love that rejoin.
Well, here's the thing. It's funny, and I think that one is honestly better for him than I'm a big guy.
He's a big guy. I don't even remember what he was talking about, but he was a big something guy. But he just said, I'm a big guy. I was like, are you now? Are you now, big boy?
And you're like, that isn't open if I've ever heard one.
Are you now, big boy? Oh, it's all good. Welcome back to the Happy Hour. Austin Norman, Enrique Alvarez, Clary, Rico here for you. We're going to get into a little basketball, starting with the WNBA season, opening up their season yesterday, with 4 matchups. The Phoenix Mercury versus the Las Vegas Aces, the New York Liberty versus the Washington Mystics, the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun, and the Minnesota Lynx and the Seattle Storm. If one of those names sounds extremely familiar, it's because you've heard it nonstop for the past, month. The Indiana Fever, as Caitlin Clark, the number 1 overall pick out of Iowa, made her debut in the WNBA. Unfortunately, it was a loss for the Indiana Fever as they fall 92-71 to the Connecticut Sun. And Caitlin Clark makes history as she turns the ball over 10 times, the most of any player in their debut in the WNBA. However, it wasn't all bad as she led her team in scoring with 20 points and made 4 3-pointers in the game. Again, they did lose 92-71, but Caitlin Clark, little good, little bad.
To be expected, I think. There is always a learning curve when you go up a level, no matter how generational a prospect you are. That being said, washed, overrated, career's done.
That's it.
1 game. No, I've seen enough.
Career loser.
I've seen enough. There's a reason Lisa Bluter left Iowa, and it's because of Caitlin Clark. Maybe that's why Caitlin Clark had a bad game, is because Lisa Bluter retired.
You think so?
I think that was just a shot to the heart for Caitlin Clark, right? I think it's a big deal for her.
She was just broken.
I think Caitlin Clark was broken, and we will see if she can get back on pace next game. But no, 20 points, hitting some 3-pointers as well. That's what she's known for. Enrico, this is where, the Fever getting the number 1 pick, 2 straight years? It was Aaliyah Boston last year,
which she didn't score a lot in this one, which kind of surprised me. I think she finished with 4 points, only took 6 shots.
Which is a little weird, but you still look at an Indiana Fever team that if you get the number 1 pick 2 years in a row in a non-lottery system, you got some work to do. So there are really 2 ways, I think, for the Fever to approach the team building around Boston and Clark. Number 1 is give them all the shots. give them all the possessions. They take, combined 75% usage rate.
I understand. I know
Or-
last year that it took a while for Aaliyah Boston to get accustomed to the physicality, or just for Indiana to get her the ball, because the first few games of the season last year, she wasn't putting up a lot of shots. I don't know if it was by design or if she just didn't think that she had the shots available to her. But I do know that at the beginning of the season, she wasn't putting up a lot of shots. As the season went on, she ended up winning Rookie of the Year. But as the season went on, she got a little more comfortable, which I'm hoping happens earlier this time.
So you can give the baptism by fire route, or you can do the ease into it route. And it's typically easier for teams that are, picking in the later half of the draft, already established core, to take players along at a slower pace, right? Indiana is pinning a lot of its future hopes and dreams on Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark, where I think both of those players could afford, a reduced role in their first and second years to learn the speed of the game, to learn a system, to get used to the rigors of WNBA travel, which is more than college basketball, right? It's different. So I get the appeal, the star power of Caitlin Clark. She's going to have the ball in her hands a lot, but I hope that Indiana doesn't just say, hey, show's yours, go run it. I hope that they still find opportunities for her to play off the ball, right? She's going to have to learn both, especially to extend her career, right? We see this with players at every level, where you can be so good at the pinnacle of your sport at everything, like Caitlin Clark was in college. But what keeps your career going, what extends it, is doing the little things well, time and time again. So how does Caitlin Clark get opportunities off the ball? Do they give her spot up opportunities? Do they run her off of screens on the second side instead of just a high pick and roll on the first side? Figuring out those little things is, again, easier to do on a more established team with more veteran pieces around when you're fitting into a winning culture. But this is where, if it's going to be another lost season for Indiana, don't be afraid to take your lumps this year and instill some of those basic, like, building block habits for the good of Caitlin Clark down the road.
Yes. It's going to be tougher for her to get all of the shots that she was getting in college. But another part of her game that I think she can use to open up some of those shots is her ability to pass, is her eyesight and her basketball IQ. Because, again, you do have Aaliyah Boston. You do have the Indiana Fever, are not a great team, as is, they've gotten the number one pick 2 years in a row. But these are professionals. These are some of the best players in their sport. And with her ability to see the court the way that she does, and her ability to pass the ball, she could open things up for herself by getting her team more involved and forcing defenders to maybe not, push up on as hard on her, and which will then open up her shot. She's got a quick release, opening up that shot, and then being able to take those 3-pointers, being able to drive to the basket and get those layups, as her first points in the WNBA came off of a steal and a fast break layup.
And that's another good way to get used to the flow, right? Caitlin Clark in college, not a lockdown all Big Ten defensive team performer, but capable, right? Not the biggest, but pretty good length for her size. She's pretty aggressive in passing lane. So if she can work on defense, pressure the ball, get those easy points in transition, even if she pulls up from three and doesn't go all the way to the rim, that's an easy way for her to affect the game and get those shots without Indiana, making her go through the slog and the grind at half court.
It's a Steph Curry defensive mindset where you're not going to lock people down, but you're going to jump those passing lanes and you're going to get a couple of steals. It's a risk, but it's something that you're probably going to have to take to open things up for yourself.
To make sure you find a way to impact the game. I mean, you got to make up for 10 turnovers somehow.
Exactly. And again, we're not just going to focus on Caitlin Clark because she wasn't the only person in this game. But
really?
Dewana, I feel like I'm saying her name wrong.
Dewana Bonner?
Yeah, Dewana Bonner. I don't know if I'm saying her first name right, and I apologize. But she moves up into fifth on the WNBA's career scoring list, moving ahead of former Phoenix Mercury teammate Candice Dupree, as Bonner now has 6,901 points. Fifth on the all-time list in the WNBA scoring on the WNBA scoring list. Huge accomplishment for Bonner.
Buckets, straight buckets.
Dewana buckets. And then the other matchups, the Las Vegas Aces got their rings, raised their banner as the back-to-back WNBA champions with an 89-80 victory over the Mercury, the Phoenix Mercury. And in that one, Asia Wilson, who is the best player in the WNBA, another double-double, as she finishes with 30 points and 13 rebounds, the former South Carolina Gamecock.
That girl good.
She's fantastic.
Asia Wilson is the heart and soul of that Aces team. She's incredible. She's one that I don't think we're talking about enough. It's what, her third year? Fourth year? Fifth year?
Let's find out. She's been there for a while.
Like, she's been around for a while, but not as long as I would have thought, right? Because I still think you go to like a Brianna Stewart or Elena Delle Donne before you get to Asia Wilson. But I really think this is Asia Wilson's league right now.
7th year.
Does not feel like that should be the case.
It does not feel like it's been her 7th year.
It's Asia Wilson's league.
She has averaged over 15 points, over 16 points every year in the league. Her lowest scoring total came in 2019, where she averaged 16.5 to go with 6.4 rebounds for the Las Vegas Aces. After that, she has averaged 20.5, 18.3, 19.5, 22.8, and currently, after one game, 30.
If she scores 30 points a game, I feel pretty good about Las Vegas's chances again this year.
Three-peat, mark it down. Also, Diana Taurasi, who's entering her millionth year in the league, it seems like. That was rude.
Was she around when the league was founded? Kind of feels like it.
She's been in the league for quite some time. Let's find out how many years she's been. She's been in the league since 2007. With Phoenix every single year. She scored 23 last night at
GT3?
the age of 41. Wow. Diana Taurasi.
Nice.
Still getting it done.
Who ends up playing to a... Okay, so Taurasi's in her age 41 season?
Yep.
Does LeBron play to his age 41 season?
How old is he right now? 39?
I believe so, yes.
Yes. Because look at 1 year with Bron. He never said that he wanted to play with Bryce, but I feel like he wants to play with Bryce.
Does Taurasi come back for year 42?
Depends on if she gets the better of Caitlin Clark in their matchup or not.
Depends on if she sucks the life force out of Caitlin Clark and uses it to play another 7 years.
Exactly. I feel like she was close to retiring after last year. I don't remember exactly, but I feel like she was close to retiring last year and wanted to come back for another year. This might be her last go around.
Is she a retirement tour person? Like, I feel like she deserves them, but I don't know if that's her
so.
personality.
I know Sue Bird didn't. She just announced at the end of the season that she was done.
Right.
I don't think so. I think she's going to keep playing at a decently high enough level, and then at the end of the season, she'll just be like, all right, thank you for the memories, bye.
And then they sign Jazz Shelley to take her place.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Probably not.
But yes.
Whatever. And again, the other games, the New York Liberty take down the Washington Mystics 85-80, and the Minnesota Lynx down the Seattle Storm 83-70. Tonight, there are two matchups with the Chicago Sky, Angel Reese and Camilo Cardozo, taking on the Dallas Wings, with the Atlanta Dream taking on Cameron Brink and the LA Sparks. That last game is at 9 p.m. Central. The Sky and the Wings go down at 7. Right now, it doesn't have any TV or streaming options for that, but that might change. We'll see.
Doesn't matter anyways, because it'll all be tuned into Omaha Supernovas tonight.
Exactly. So it doesn't matter. Although it does kind of matter.
It matters, but it really doesn't.
You can watch one and listen to the other.
Or you could
That'd be weird.
Listen.
Just listen to this.
Just listen.
Just listen.
You
Just
know
listen
better.
to the Pro Volleyball Federation. It's all good. Quick. You know what? No, not quick, because we need to spend some time on this. So we'll bring Stricken here shortly.
The Stricken?
The Stricken. We'll bring the Stricken in here shortly, because I hear him talking that mess before we came on the air, saying that the Knicks were done. He said, oh, they lost by 30, and then they won by 30. They're done. Doesn't make any sense to me. They won by 30. They all looked mad. They looked upset. You know why? Job's not finished. Job's not done.
Bing bong.
One more. You got 2 days off, 2 days to get healthy, take down the Pacers in Indiana, and then go on to face the Boston Celtics, because Donovan Mitchell's not playing tonight for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But we'll be back with some NBA talk with the NBA man himself, Eric Strickland, on the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
I'll do the Caesar salad.
And for you, sir?
I'd like to buy a vowel.
Excuse me?
Sorry. He's just excited about the Nebraska Lottery's Wheel of Fortune promotion.
Is there a W?
Snap out of it.
Oh, sorry, Vanna.
Hannah?
Right. I'd like to solve the puzzle.
He'll have the Caesar salad, too.
Enter any non-winning $5 Wheel of Fortune scratch ticket online for a chance to win a trip to Los Angeles, tickets to a Wheel of Fortune taping, and at least $2,000. Wheel of Fortune top prize odds, 1 in 112,000.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See & Spray to target weeds in season in corn and soybeans and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
The postseason is here in the Pro Volleyball Federation. The Atlanta Vibe enters the 1 seed, and they'll face off against the 4th-seeded Grand Rapids Rise, followed by the 2-seed Omaha Supernovas versus the 3rd-seeded San Diego Mojo. Both matches on Wednesday, May 15th. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Darren Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 5 p.m. with first serve at 6 for Game 1, with the second match to start around 8:30 p.m. Make sure to tune in for the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Pro Volleyball Federation Radio Network.
I'm Dave Austed. And I'm Ryan Austed. I think my first memory of golf is playing with my dad at a par 3 course. It was an absolute blast, and he always would have an ice cream hole. So if I got an 8 or less, we'd be going for ice cream.
My first memory of golf really focused on driving the golf cart, being able to drive that cart.
You were a crazy driver.
I was a crazy driver, but it was what I look forward to. And what's really funny now, when I take my kids out play golf, that is the one thing, along with the snack bar, that they are most excited about.
Focus on the good stuff. Play better, have fun, and shop Austed's.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives. Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nutrition Authority presents Fusion 30, an ultra-premium protein powder ideal for anyone wanting to look, feel, and perform their best. Fusion 30 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today for a free sample, visit with a certified nutritionist, and get better than internet pricing. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
This is a house of learned doctors.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
As soon as your eyes shut, I'm going to punch you square in the face.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. It's time for the Chris crossover here on the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. We are joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Austin Orman. What's up? And also Eric Strickland.
Jump.
Hey, Stricky.
Jump.
How you doing, my guy?
You said crisscross.
Crisscross make you want to...
Jump.
Oh, I'm zooming out the wrong one.
I got mad hops.
Do you? You were never able to dunk.
No, but I still would go to the heavens.
Stricky couldn't dunk.
I'd jump over you.
Well, that's not an accomplishment.
You wouldn't jump Rico, you would hurdle Rico. Because a hurdle is not a jump, I learned from Rico.
It's not. It's an extension of your running form.
The receipts are all on VHS.
You wouldn't jump over me. And even if you did, again, this is tricky.
Is that not crazy? Is that not crazy, Austin? Receipts on...
You're wild.
Receipts definitely not on demand.
They are not on demand.
You gotta blow the dust off. First off, you gotta find a VCR.
Not star search, thumb search. You gotta be on that thumb for a minute.
You gotta
thumb got her
twist
pressure.
it around.
Oh man,
you gotta rewind. Make sure be kind. Rewind. Make sure you rewind before you turn it. Give it back.
Oh man,
Stricky.
Old days.
NBA playoffs.
Playoffs.
The Knicks ain't going nowhere, baby.
Yeah, they are. They out of there.
You're right. They're going to Indiana to finish off the series. To finish
lose
off
this
the
game
series
and do like Reggie Miller said.
Hey, what happened to that? What happened in that series? Who won that series?
Hey, but you know what?
No.
Let me just say
Who won,
this.
Stricky? Who won that series?
Let me just
Who
say
won?
this.
Answer the question before you say whatever. Who won that series?
In the hierarchy.
Who won that
in
series?
the hierarchy.
Eric Strickland. The Knicks did.
No, the
Knicks
Pacers.
Did. The Knicks did.
Okay, but here's the thing: in the hierarchy of Stricky's Strictionary dictionary and levels of play, New York is ahead of Indiana, so I'm actually rooting for New York. Remember, I told you I have a hierarchy.
I know you do.
As far as based on experience,
but I know who you're
and
I know who you're rooting for in the next one if New York and Boston go.
Yeah, you know.
I already know. And it's fine because look, honestly, with 4 key pieces missing, surprised they're going to win this series. They're definitely not going to win the next series.
Nah.
It
not
happens.
too many adjustments and not enough bodies to adjust.
If OG was
that's
healthy,
like playing chess.
although they did say
without
that,
your queen.
They did say that OG could come back for the Eastern Conference Finals if they make it that far.
You're just.
But what if Evan Mobley goes LeBron? Cleveland comes back from down 3-1 on Boston.
Rico.
That ain't gonna happen.
I just asked you what if.
That ain't gonna happen.
I don't know about that one, but hey,
Donovan Mitchell's not even playing
let
tonight.
me ask the
What's
question.
more likely? Cleveland comes back and wins the series, or Minnesota comes back and wins the series?
Well, you need to throw
Minnesota.
I think they're puckered too tight.
Oh man,
I
listen.
think they're
But
washed.
that's
Why
more
are
likely.
you guys discounting Dallas and what they're doing right now?
Are they up? I haven't paid
I
attention.
feel fine about Dallas. We're talking about teams that are
they're
screwed.
up.
Let me be
Dallas
honest
is
with you.
fine.
Have not paid attention to that series.
Bro, Dallas is playing some good ball, and it ain't even just Luka. It's freaking
What's
Kyrie,
pickups.
Lively.
Kyrie,
Of course,
you should have.
of course. I
You
knew it.
should have known he was going
I
to
knew
say
it.
that one.
Who's leading that series?
PJ Washington is the X factor, bro.
Who's up in that series?
With Dallas.
Dallas 2-1.
Well, it's 2-2. Didn't Shea just tie it up?
Oh yeah, they just tried. No,
2-2?
no. Dallas did because it was two games in OKC, and Dallas came and got their 2 at home.
Right.
So
It
it's
is
2-2.
tied. It is tied 2-2.
Yeah.
Game tonight.
Hey, my boy.
Mavs at Thunder.
Let me help you understand. PJ Washington was a great pickup for them.
PJ Washington.
PJ Washington is, I think, a better version of what I thought Clay could be for them because PJ can still defend. He's younger.
Taller.
And his contract's locked in. You don't have to go out and put the risk out there with hope of Clay still being some form of clay and not a shell.
That's just the thing, because I still think I trust Klay Thompson's track record as a three-point shooter more than I do PJ Washington. But sometimes, Strick, guys just pop up and they have a run, right? PJ Washington is slightly taller than Klay. Good body, though. I mean, 6'7", 230.
And goes
35% three-point shooter for his career. He's shooting like 70% from three in these playoffs.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I mean, Luka struggled the first 2 games. He's been better since the series went back to Dallas. But as much as it's the stars that determine these series, it's the role guys just as often. Someone playing out of their mind for 2 weeks.
Well, this is why you couldn't count out Denver, because Luka's taken over, but then it's forcing them to have to try to do something, which is opening back up the role players. And so, like last night, you saw Braun playing pretty well for them, right? And play very well throughout most of the series, maybe one game in the previous series against the Lakers. But this is what happens. And then Aaron Gordon shows up again and wasn't really even Michael Porter Jr.
No.
You see what I'm saying? That's the thing about them. They built their team, I think, the right way. And one of the best guys. I love that people wrote him off and he's just methodically just decimating anything that's put in front of him and going up levels. Basically saying Jokic. Basically saying, you know, you guys are talking about freaking Chuck and Shaq didn't even show up for the
Of course they didn't.
They didn't want that smoke.
So when you look at Jokic last night dropping 40 again, is that because Gobert's washed and Gobert's bad, or was that just no one was stopping Nikola Jokic that night?
He just said, "There's nothing you can do with me."
Take that.
No, did he? Yeah, that part.
He was just
He just methodically just broke him down, bro.
The way
easy work.
The way that he scores is so unconventional and just so weird that it doesn't really matter if Rudy Gobert is a 3-time defensive player of the year. You know, Jokic doesn't have a go-to move. He just does everything really well.
Well, and that's how you know that he's in control of the game, right? Because guys that are only confident in 1 to 3 moves, you can telegraph, you can do it. But I think what sets Jokic what sets Jokic apart, what sets these cerebral players apart is that the game is so slow for them. They can read and react in the moment, right? You look at even Luka being able to play a step slower, right? Derek Lively, my boy, came out and even said sometimes he doesn't know if it's a floater or a lob until Luka's already up in the air. You know, it's being able to make that decision in that split second, to wait till the last possible moment to decide. It gives the defense even less of a chance. And defense has never been harder to play in the NBA. If you're able to give them even less time to respond, that's why it looks so easy for Doncic and Jokic sometimes.
I mean, Jokic hit him with like a up and under. He hit him with a dream shake. Hit him with a fadeaway. Hit him with a hook shot. It was like 4 straight possessions, 4 different shots, and it's like, what is happening right now? And Rudy Gobert's in hell.
He's just like,
there's absolutely nothing he can do.
Yeah, what can you do? But no Diddy.
That man needs a croissant.
Take that.
But hey, you want to talk? Hey, you want to talk about a certified killer though? Jalen Brunson. The Brunson burner.
There they go.
The Brunson burner.
This is one.
The New York Knicks.
Every time we start talking about the Knicks, Rico need to bring up Jalen Brunson.
Busted upside their head and lose by 30 in Indy. Come back home to New York, little home cooking, little action. Kendrick Perkins courtside next to Tracy Morgan. Work. Jalen Brunson with a 44-piece. Alec Burks drops 18 off the bench. We love Alec Burks around these parts. Right now. We love Alec Burks around these parts.
You love that meme I sent to you. With,
Isaiah Hartenstein is going to get
Here we go. Here we go.
This offseason.
He was such a replacement level player.
Yes.
Like, he was so bad for so long. He's probably the most random pop up and have a really good series guy that I can remember in a long time.
Yeah, since Austin Crozier and Michael Parsons. Not Michael Parsons, Chandler Parsons.
Yeah.
If Hartenstein gets the Crozier Parsons bag, something has gotten terribly wrong.
Hartenstein wants to stay in New York, but again, a lot of people are like, I want to stay here, and then they sign some massive deal somewhere. He wants to stay in New York. I'm hoping that they can sign him to friendly bag.
Them taxes.
A friendly bag. And we'll see what'll happen there. But this team just finds a way to win. Dante DiVincenzo, the big ragu.
The big noodle.
Couldn't shoot very well.
The big
but
ratatouille.
But that putback. and then getting in the face of Miles Turner. Toughness throughout that team.
Listen, Jalen Brunson's sick right now. I don't care what you say.
The Brunson burner, baby.
Jalen Brunson's looking at his check like Stricky did when I got to New York.
Where'd it go? Where's the rest?
Wait, I thought it was 120 something million. It's not there.
I see. No money.
No money.
Hey, he signed that deal, and it's looking like a team-friendly deal.
Oh man,
here's
state friendly.
Here's a question I don't think I've asked you before. Is there a player in the NBA today who reminds you of you?
Maybe Drew Holiday.
I like it.
I love Drew Holiday. I wanted Drew Holiday on the Knicks for the longest time.
It used to be probably Marcus Smart.
You were less of a butthole, though.
Yeah, I wasn't
competitive,
that
but
yeah, just stylistically, it'd probably be
Tony Allen.
Draymond. Tony Allen. Yeah. Yeah, because Tony just went to work.
Yeah.
He didn't really talk about it for
But
the
you
most
had
part.
you had a better jumper than Tony Allen.
Yeah.
Much.
Tony did not have a
Tony
jumper.
did not
I
have
did.
a jumper.
How did you get to the NBA without a jumper like that?
Defense.
But like you had a jump shot.
You had niches back because you got to remember though. Remember Bruce Bowen couldn't shoot a lick.
That's true.
Fair.
And he developed that, and he became a corner, the three ball in the corner pocket man.
But also, I mean, he went to the perfect situation in Memphis where they were just like, we don't need you to score because nobody can score and nobody's going to score on us.
Same
They're
thing.
like, we're going to win 30-20 in an NBA game.
Yeah,
the Iowa.
that was
of the NBA.
Kawhi Leonard's original.
Right.
You know, going there, and you know, he became that initially, and then thrived. And
Just an athletic,
Now
I'm
can't
a
get on
dunk
the court.
layup, and now he's got the midi. Then he worked out to the 3-point line.
Now
And yeah,
he's
now
AD
he's now
Junior.
he's street clothes. Kawhi
2.0.
street clothes Leonard.
That to me is an all-time sort of what if, because Kawhi has I'm gonna
Careful now.
get myself in trouble here.
Careful now.
So I'm gonna look it up before I say something that I regret.
Careful.
Kawhi Leonard is a Hall of Famer.
Lord.
He's a Hall of Famer. So 6-time All-Star, 2-time champ, 2-time Finals MVP.
Okay.
5-time All-NBA, 7-time All-Defense, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year for an award that's moving more to big men. Kawhi Leonard is a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and I think he could have been one of the top 20 players of all time had he stayed healthy.
There was a point in time that end of the Spurs in the Toronto, like that 1 year with Toronto, where it was, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the NBA?
Yeah.
He was the LeBron stopper.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started taking time away from the court, and he was getting hurt. And it was what's the phrase I'm looking for?
Load management?
Load management. Yeah,
That's
the load
it.
management with Kawhi, and he's not playing back-to-backs, and he's not playing on the long
At
road
all.
trips, and he's not playing at home, and then he's not playing at all for like 2 months. And it got to a point where now you just read all those stats off, and I completely agree with you. He is a Hall of Famer. But the fact that I was sitting here and thought, I don't know about that, it got to that point with Kawhi, because you don't remember that Kawhi because we haven't seen him.
Here's the thing. He was really good this year. He was actually healthy. I mean, he played in 68 games, which is the most he's played in since he played in 74 games back in the 2016-17 year. Finished third in MVP that year. Kawhi shot 42% from three this year, 53% overall. Was still right about 89% from the free throw line. Averaged 6 rebounds, 3.5 assists, steal and a half.
You just don't know
game.
he played 60-something games.
I know.
You could
He
not
was
have told me he
legit.
played that many games.
He was on pace to be first team All NBA. Like Kawhi was tearing it up for the first 2.5-3 months of the year.
And it could be the fact that he's just a quiet guy and he doesn't
A
talk
quiet
much.
guy?
Yeah, and he doesn't talk much. He doesn't do a lot of media appearances. He doesn't do any commercials or anything. So you don't even know that he's out there until you go back and look at the stats. You're like, oh, he actually played.
Kawhi is one of those. So my brother's a big Spurs fan. Has been his whole life. He grew up with the Duncan, Parker, Ginobili teams. That was his introduction to basketball. Kawhi was going to be his favorite player of all time.
Yep.
And then his uncle soured my brother on all of that.
Yeah.
Stop it, Strick.
Having fun over there. Having fun over there. This is what's going to be for the next 2 hours. Is this what I'm in for?
I am Cornholio. I am the great Cornholio. You gonna eat deepy?
Okay, well, we're good. We're good.
You're gonna have fun.
It's gonna be a blast.
It's Hump Day
Couple
Wednesday, baby.
hours. You're gonna have a lot of fun. Speaking of the next few hours, what's coming up on the show, gentlemen?
We will break down the NCAA Football 25 cover and ask the burning question: is the Heisman Trophy winner on the cover?
No.
Is this a topic we should touch? Does KC stay or do they go?
The
Mike,
Royals
there's
and the Chiefs.
There's talk that the Chiefs may go back to Texas. There's
Nah.
rumors out there.
Too many Texas teams.
They're going across the
It's
river.
leverage.
Yeah.
They're coming to Omaha.
It's a leverage move. They're trying to get money out of the city. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're good. Evan Blaine, 2:30. We are playing the shootout today. I know it's a Wednesday, but you're on the hot seat, Tricky. Do sports need a David Stepien rule for firings? And then just more basketball headlines.
Sounds perfect.
David Stepien sounds good.
Keep it tuned here on the block with Austin Strick coming up next, and cutting into old school. Sorry about it, Austin. Pro Volleyball Federation volleyball starting at 5 p.m. with the pre-match show. Atlanta and Grand Rapids, followed by Omaha and San Diego. Keep it tuned here, everybody. Adios.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
What's better than beautiful jewelry from Sartor Heyman? How about 60% off Sartor Heyman jewelry? 2 days only at the outlet by Sartor Heyman. For 2 days only, everything in the outlet store is 60% off. Friday, May 17th and Saturday, May 18th only, all jewelry is 60% off. Get in early for best selection. When it's gone, it's gone. The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, 12th and O, downtown Lincoln only. Go to sartorheyman.com for details.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come